Hi, I'm Steph, a personal branding coach who helps up-level your personal brand and attract your soulmate clients. In this video series, we're talking with business owners who have used personal branding to transform their business and create success. Today, we are here with my friend Britt, and she's, as you can tell, she's a fellow purple lover. And so we're going to learn a little bit about her and how personal branding has helped her business. Britt, who are you and what do you offer the world?
Okay, I'm going to start off by saying, though, speaking of personal branding and in interviews and video, usually my hair is not orange. Okay?
Yeah.
When Steph was like, let's record today, I'm like, yeah, sure. And then I'm like, ooh, I'm in the middle of hair transition from black to pink, but okay,
Right.
we'll go with this. So who am I? Okay, so my name's Brittany Hardy. I am a mother of 4, and I have a few businesses, which is where personal branding has become like really important to start identifying who I help with what in what business. Well, my main company is called Empty Desk Solutions. We're a social media marketing and digital marketing agency located in Port Coquitlam, BC, Canada.
Nice, nice. And how has personal branding helped your businesses?
Yeah, I feel like when I first, so my business is almost 10 years old. And when I first started it, it wasn't like a personal brand at all. It was like, what is branding? Branding is a logo and my colors. And like that was that. And even when people come to us today to design a brand, like they don't have anything behind it. They haven't done any like psychology with colors or like who they're speaking to. And you're all about that kind of stuff, right? So they're like, well, my brand is just a logo and colors. So in the early days, that was what I did. It was like, here's my logo. It's a paperclip and it's lime green with the name Empty Desk Solutions. Like my website was horrific. Like if my clients from back then are probably like, I don't know, like what is this girl thinking? Like this is not, it just wasn't like what it is today. So personal branding has helped my business though in so many ways. And there's sort of like a transition. So I went from, I'm speaking about just that one business, but I went from like a brand, as in like, here's my logo that I somehow think people are going to recognize, which is never going to happen. I'm not Coca-Cola, right? To like, the first step was actually like stepping in front of my business, like photos and videos of me. And that wasn't until like 5 or 6 years in that I started to do that. I wasn't camera shy or anything, but I didn't have really good photos of myself. And then I've worked with a number of photographers. You were one, and then Tobin and Sarah have been another one. They are now on the island. And I worked with them before I worked with you, Steph. And they were the first people that were like, okay, let's back up a little bit here. You have an awesome business, but like, who runs this bit? Like, where are you in this whole thing? And I'm like, oh, I'm there on my about page. There's like a little headshot of like Brittany. And they're like, no, you need to have like a banner image of you, like full screen doing some work. People need to relate to you. So that was like the start of the transition, just stepping in front of my business as me. And then we met. How did we collaborate again?
I found you through Instagram through a mutual client. I think.
Mutual client. And then I don't know, somehow it popped up in your name on Instagram, the Violet Steph. My brand had evolved to be like purples. And I was like, ooh, a fellow purple person. Like, I like her already. It was just a very weird, like, I think my first message was like, oh, I see we both love purple. Something really ridiculous and stupid. But anyways, I started talking to you about like colors and like, oh, maybe I need a bit of a brand refresh. I don't really even know what I'm doing. So it's kind of transitioned to like your coaching and helping me go, okay, well, who do you actually want to work with? Like, what are their thoughts and feelings? Does what you're putting out there in terms of even colors, does it resonate with them? So there was like this full transition from like, I'm a lime green paperclip logo that means nothing to like, okay, now there's me. Oh, now I have like the look and feel and words and all of the stuff behind who I am. And once I finally figured those pieces out, it's like, it's not magic, but it is like, because that now when I get on calls with people, they already feel like they know me and they already feel like they know the company and what we're about. And there's already a level of trust that was never like the green paperclip is not trustworthy, friends. Like,
why not?
It's like reminds me of what was like the old system where the paperclip guy would dance around. You could ask him the questions. Was that like old Microsoft Word?
Yes. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. He would come over and he'd be like, hey, can I help you with that?
That was like my original brand, reminded me of like whatever the paperclip guy was called. Like, just popping in. I'm a little scared to really get in. Okay, I'll pop back away. Don't need me right now. And now I'm like a little bit kind of a mix of like bold in your face, but also my colors are like subdued, kind of gentle purple. So it's made us be able to connect with actually who our ideal client is. So
Nice.
yeah, it's been that's a really long-winded answer for how's personal branding helped you, but I want to
Perfect.
kind of talk about the journey.
No, it's good. It's a loaded question, right? What sets you apart compared to your competition?
Oh man, okay. If we're speaking about just the agency and not the other like fun businesses that happen in conjunction, what sets us apart? I think it's like the transparency piece, specifically when we're quoting people on services. In the social media space, when we're quoting on packages for that, they can fluctuate depending on what someone actually asks us to do, so the deliverables. But when it's websites, just as an example, if someone says, I need a standard website, 1 page, or I need a standard website has 5 pages, and there isn't like multiple layers of complexity that we have to custom build, the price is the price. So we send someone our master quote, which lists everything, and they keep that for life. So it's just anyways, I think it just sets us apart because we're transparent, start to finish. They know what they're going to pay and they know exactly what they're getting. And we hit all those deadlines because there's a lot of people in the digital marketing space who are like, ooh, client A asked me for a website and I knew they didn't have a big budget. So I quoted them this. But client B, they're like, they see the dollar signs. Oh, this is a big business. That same website, it's 5 times as much. I can't stand that. It kind of makes me feel sick and the business owners are being like taken advantage of. So I think that's our like single biggest competitive advantage. And I guess at this point, like as of April, I'll be 10 years in to running this business. So yeah, there's a significant amount of knowledge, especially on the social media side, that maybe some freelancers starting off just don't yet have. They will have it, they just don't have it yet.
Yeah, that's great. Like transparency really has become part of your brand for that reason, right?
Yeah.
Tell me 3 things that you love that aren't to do with your business.
Okay, well, I am a mom of 4, so I have to say that. Although sometimes those sweet little babies are driving me crazy, but there's still that's one thing, of course. I have an amazing husband who works shift work. He's a firefighter, but he's probably the only reason that I can keep running this business today, because he's able to like actually step in as a true partner and help me out, and I'm not like scrambling trying to figure out when I'm able to work. So he would be number 2. But something else I love, I do love online shopping, but I'm trying to kick that out. And I love caffeine.
There you go. There you go. I like it. I like it. And you're a fellow purple person.
I am a purple person.
Okay, what's something you've had to overcome to maximize your personal brand?
Oh, I mean, like motherhood and time. Like, it's not something that's necessarily directly related to the brand, but it's like the biggest hurdle is just finding the time to fit it all in and managing my time properly, getting out of like procrastination mode, all of those things. But the personal brand has helped me be able to technically work less, like, because I'm not scrambling to talk to everyone. I'm actually really good at like identifying what that ideal client needs to hear and see in order to trust me and be further down like that purchase journey, if that makes sense. Right. So yeah, but the hurdle still is, well, I have the same amount of hours in a day than any other business owner that has maybe the same commitments, maybe they don't, but with 4 kids, ages varying from age 2.5 to 16. Well, there's multiple school drop-offs and there's sports and there's like the house and feeding everyone. And so it's you just have to get really good at looking at your calendar and going, okay, the window I have to work today is 9 to 11. That's it. The rest of the day is packed. So what can I do in those 2 hours? Like, that's a big challenge. But again, the personal brand has helped me to the point where I know at least during those 2 hours, I'm working on work that I already, like, those clients are already in the door and they've been attracted by the personal brand that's set out there.
Yeah, and I would almost agree. point out, knowing you and knowing your brand, that you are very transparent about being a mother and it's not uncommon that even though we're on the screen right now, I wouldn't be surprised if one of your kids run by. Like that's part of who you are and who you've built online. So it's almost like you've set that like expectation in your personal brand. Hey, I'm a mom. These mom things might come up, and you're only going to attract people who are okay with that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's very true. And I do, even in the other fun, like side businesses that we're not talking about, like that's a big part of it. Although I do talk about that, you're right. Even on my agency social media channels and my emails, I even talk about stories of like just whatever SH might have hit the fan this week because the kids were crazy and things didn't work out the way they were supposed to work out. But I believe that we should be able to be entrepreneurs, especially female entrepreneurs, that can have other commitments, can have a life, can have the messy whatever kids running behind them, and it doesn't have to be shameful. And if you feel like that doesn't resonate with you or your values or your business, that's okay too. There's someone else that's out there. So yeah, naturally the people that come into my world, they've already seen that.
Yeah.
So no, you get on a consult, there might be a kid. On Monday, last Monday, I had my daughter screaming at me for booby milk. I can't believe you're
amazing.
It's gonna go on YouTube. People are like, wow, this girl's get all out in the middle of a consult. And I was like, sorry about that. She really wants to nurse right now. And that happened. So hopefully it was entertaining, really embarrassing for me.
Well, even like I'm not a human mom, but I'm a dog mom, and everybody who pretty much knows me and who has experienced anything to do with my personal brand knows there's a dog in the picture, and most people know that there's a dog on my lap right now. And it's like she's the same, where she loves to pick like my Zoom meetings to go and like walk around and like squeak her toys. And even if I take them away, she'll like start scratching at everything. Or like 5 minutes ago, like right before this recording started, she was like grunting because she was putting her toy away. And it's like, okay, so that needs like so much of that needs to go into your personal brand so that, it doesn't turn people away, because somebody isn't going to be okay with that. Somebody listening to this might not be okay with a couple meep meep from the squeaker toy, right? And so, you need to attract people who aren't going to make you feel really uncomfortable to still present your business, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, Britt, so where is the best place to discover what you have to offer? Where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me. Best place would be my website, which is emptydesksolutions.ca. There's info about me, the team, our services, and the other fun businesses that we didn't get to talk about today. Info landing pages are there as well. So that's
nice.
Find me.
Perfect. And you're on Instagram as well too, right?
Same name on Instagram. Yes.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for your time. And I'm sure you'll be popping on here again at some point, probably with the pink hair.
Oh yeah, I know. We should have waited for the pink hair. Guest appearance coming soon.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Britt.
Thanks.